Hi, I'm David English. I'm Sales and Marketing Director for British Assessment Bureau, which is part of the Amtivo Group. We specialise in ISO certification and industry-related certifications, and we support that with software and complementary training services. So ISO certification in itself tends to be quite terrifying for a lot of businesses, particularly when they're doing it for the first time. We identified that over half of the people that come to us for ISO certification have had no experience of ISO previously. So we wanted to make it as easy as possible for people to understand that process and give them comfort and confidence that they could achieve it for themselves. So one of our starting points was to create some free online training that clients could access in exchange for their email addresses to be able to start that process. The course content was relatively simple, but despite the fact it was simple, it was very helpful for our clients because they didn't have the experience of knowing what it was. So very much about explaining which the standards might relate to them, why it might relate to them, what benefits their business could see for it, and then what the simple steps were for achieving it. Now, naturally, achieving an ISO standard isn't and should never be simple, but ultimately it does benefit a business significantly. And by explaining those benefits in that free training and making it seem as though anyone could achieve it, it made it much more accessible to each of our clients. Once we introduced that, we had a roughly 78% conversion rate for any client that was looking to sign up, just capturing that email address, over 99% use rate of each of the courses that we made available to them. And then we complemented that free training with then upsell training, starting from £75 and going up to over £200. And then obviously the upsell for that is then training with one of our dedicated auditors who could explain the process in more detail. Once we introduced the free e-learning, we saw a significant uplift in lead generation because of the simple email capture at the beginning. What we have seen is a significant increase in new business inquiries to the point we've broken all records this year. We are primarily about ISO certification, and we've got more certification that we're going to be introducing over the next 2 years. And for each of those courses, particularly where we feel that clients need more training and more understanding of each of those standards, we'll be introducing more free awareness and in-depth training for each of them.